Thank you. But yeah, so yeah, just find a comfortable seat, either on your knees or legs crossed. And we'll have this time, rather than holding that big beach ball up over our head, we're going to hold your band or your towel, whatever you have. And you're going to try to be like pulling it apart just a little bit. Whether it's like your towel or your band, whatever, you're just trying to pull it apart. Like you're trying to rip it. Just get a little tension. And then we'll kind of tip over to the side, do our little stretch to the side. Really nice, good job. Trying to keep your butt on the ground as you tip over, still getting tension on the band. And take one big deep breath here. Fill up your lungs with air. All right, let it out, and then we'll switch to the other side. It's totally okay if you don't get as much stretch here. I definitely can't stretch as far through my right side. Still pulling the band apart. Really nice. One more big deep breath. And then as you exhale, let's make that circle to the front, kind of tipping forward, and then come on up the other side. We'll just make some nice big circles. And again, always trying to pull that band apart. And then we'll go the other way. Okay, and then we'll kind of set the band down, and you can kind of shake out your arms a little bit. Maybe give yourself a little shoulder rolls. Maybe some backwards shoulder rolls. And then some forward shoulder rolls. And then we'll take, reach forward with one hand with your fingertips down, and then grab your other hand and just pull your fingertips towards you. Yeah, get a nice stretch here. All right, and then you're gonna pull your fingertips up. Okay. Good. And now we'll reach other hand forward, fingers down, pull it towards you. And then you can try some with now your wrist is facing up and you're pulling your fingers down. Sorry, the car in my background makes it hard to tell what I'm doing also. And this like hyper flexibility in my elbow makes it look really strange. And then we'll switch your wrist to the other way. It's really not my wrist that's bending a lot, it's my elbow. It makes it look weird. And then here we'll just do some little circles with your wrists. Make sure your wrists are all loose. Your wrist is a very vulnerable joint. There's lots of little tiny bones and ligaments in there. Lots of stuff going on, which is, what makes them susceptible to carpal tunnel and other things like that. So we want to make sure they're nice and loose before we grab our band or our towel again. And so you can go ahead and get your hands on your towel when you feel loose in your wrists, or your band, in my case. And if you can, hold it as wide as you can, Leslie, or like Mom, for you, try to get it just right outside your shoulder width with your hands. So it's a little bit wider than my shoulders, but kind of in a comfortable way. And that's where you want to be gripping it. And then we're going to reach up overhead with the band again, slightly pulling it apart. Bring your elbows down directly under the band, and the band will track just behind your head. Yeah, and then we'll press it back up again nice and slow. Perfect. And so we'll just keep kind of repeating that for like 5 reps. Nice and slow and steady on the way down. Nice and slow and steady on the way up. And just pulling the band slightly as you go. Very nice. And so now think, what is my neck doing? If it's kind of craning and cranking, try to relax your head. You can just face straight ahead, nice and smooth breaths. Allow your shoulders to do the work, not your neck. Yeah, much better, looks better. So keep breathing and we'll do 3 more. Keeping your elbows tracking directly under the band. Really nice. Okay, and then we'll rest. Good job. How'd that feel? Leslie, is your band okay for you? Okay. Oh, okay, great. Good. At first it looked kind of like short, and so I wasn't sure how stretchy it was. And so next, oh, you can untie it. Oh, perfect. That's great. Oh, great. Cool, cool. Okay, and so next thing we're going to do is be laying on the ground, and we're going to do that same movement again, but this time we're going to be laying flat on the ground. And so try to keep your feet together, and your bottom half of your body will stay on the ground. And our top half is going to do that same kind of pull down motion. So you can be flexing your back so that your chest stays up, reaching up overhead, and then pulling the band straight down and back. And again, trying to keep your elbows and the band tracking in the same plane, and try not to do too much work with your neck. Use your back to pull your chest up, and then use your shoulders to pull the band down and back. And we'll do 10 reps, slow and steady. Once you've finished your 10 reps, just set your band down and then kind of prop yourself up on your elbows a little bit. So your elbows can hold your weight and you can like rest a little bit into your back, and this will kind of give you a little stretch and a nice resting position. How did that go? It was good? Okay. Next, we'll come all the way down, so your face will be on the ground. And we're going to take palms up over your head, and then you're going to big swoop with your elbows, palms up over your lower back. And so now your back and your neck, everything can be relaxed. And we're just kind of swooping your arms around. And we'll do 10 of these also. Barely swooping your arms over the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah, it does help to know. It definitely helps to know when you can hear me and when you can't. Just barely trying to keep your hands hovering over the ground as you swoop them. And trying to relax your back as much as possible, so your shoulders are just doing the work of. And then once you're done, you can rest in this cobra pose again, where we're just kind of propped up on your elbows. Oh, sorry, say again, flying gaff. 10. Okay, yeah, that's probably enough. And then we'll go back to the pull downs with the band. And we'll do another set of 10. So once you feel a little bit rested, you can reach for that band or your towel again. Oh yeah, both of you have bands, so your band. And then again, for this one, you're trying to kind of use your back to hold your chest up off the ground, relaxing with your neck and then just pulling the band down and back behind your head. And keeping tension on the band by pulling it apart. And we'll do 10 of these as well. And again, once you finish, just finding a nice, comfortable position to rest in, propped up on your elbows. You counted that time? I know, it's tough to count. All right, and so then before you go into your arm swoops, which we are going to do again, we're just going to do them slightly different. We're going to do one arm up, one arm down. And so again, I'll explain it and then I'll demo it. So you'll be laying flat, resting your face on the ground, your neck and your back, and everything is relaxed. And one arm is going to be up over your head with your palm facing up, and the other arm is going to be down over your low back with your palm facing down. And you'll just switch back and forth. So it looks like this. I said something like that one time, like, oh, it's like swimming. And same thing, you'll do 10 reps, and not 10 each, 10 total. But I said something like that one time, and then I was like, okay, but actually it's like probably not at all like swimming, so maybe that cue isn't helpful if you are a swimmer. Like, I actually don't think this is like swimming, but in my head, it looks like swimming. I'll do that too. I'll be like, oh, we're skiing. It's just like we're skiing. And then someone will be like, have you ever skied? And I'm like, no, never, not one time. All right, and then once you finish with that, you're gonna come all the way up onto your knees, and you're gonna sit your butt back. Reach forward with your hands. So you get a nice child's pose stretch. So now you can kind of stretch out your lower back after all of that. And your shoulders a little bit too, might really like opening up this way after doing those movements. Take some nice deep breaths. All right. And then I will just be grabbing my stopwatch for the next part. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm still here. I just accidentally had my stopwatch loop tied to my phone charger. Okay, so next we're going to go into a plank hold. So we're just going to be holding on your elbows with your, so just like before how we were propping ourselves up on your elbows, but now you're going to plant your toes and pull your hips up into the air. So your hips will be up in line with your shoulders. And we're going to hold for 30 seconds. When you're ready, everyone's ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Nice work. Make sure you're pulling your hips up to your shoulders, keeping a nice strong line. And if you need to take a little break, you could like tap a knee down, but then pop it right back up again. We're gonna go for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, and then for the next movement, we're gonna just roll on over, and so we'll be on your back. And from here, you're gonna pull your hand is gonna be on your band again. And so we're gonna try to like pull the band up and pull your feet up. And we'll just hold here, and you're pulling the band apart the whole time, getting tension on the band. And we'll hold that position for 30 seconds as well. Ready, set, go. Yes, nice. And again, if you need to take a quick little break, that's fine, but try to pop right back up and hold as long as you can for the 30 seconds. Reaching back, pulling the band apart, squeezing your legs together. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one, rest. That was so hard. Why did I have you do that? Okay, but we're gonna do it again. We're gonna start with the elbow plank. So you can roll on over. We'll plant those forearms down. Get your toes ready where you want them. And 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, get your band ready. Roll over, yep. All right, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, rest. Good job. Good job, good job. I'm sorry, can you say that again? Yeah, that one is tough. Because it's like you have to have this like really solid core strength to keep your back on the mat. And then pull with your arms rather than reaching with your neck. It's very tough. You did a great job. Everyone looked awesome from what I could see. Okay, and so we'll take a little break. We're gonna move on to the next part. So if you have some water, you wanna get a little sip, that's good. And this time we'll be standing, and you'll still be using your band. The bands that you have, oopsie. The bands that you have, you say are very stretchy. Is that what you said? Can you pull it apart? like, it's not so much resist, like, you can stretch it like this. Okay, so, we'll do some of those with our band next. So you'll just be standing, and again, trying to relax your neck, like you were talking about, Leslie, so like keeping your shoulder blades down and back. It got windy out here all of a sudden, everything's flying away. And so we're just shoulder blades down and back. Yeah, we're just going to pull that band apart, pulling it to your chest. Nice. And so we'll do 10 of those. Yeah, really nice. And then once you've finished with 10 of those, we're going to take the band and pass it all the way around over your head. And so reaching up over all the way around. As far as you can get. Yeah, if your band is too tight, you know, and you can just get to here, that's fine too. As far as you can get. Again, really working on our shoulders today. And so we'll do this 2 times as well. So 10 pull aparts, 10 pass-throughs. Nice. And trying to control the band as much as you can, nice and slow and steady. At any point in time, you could stop and go the other way. I guess I just mean, like, you're not going so fast that you couldn't stop at any point in time during the movement. And so, yeah, we'll do again 10 pull aparts and 10 pass-throughs. And playing with the resistance on the band so that it makes sense for you. Yeah, nice job. Yep, and then 10 pass-throughs again. Yeah, nice job. And once you're done, you can rest again. And then we'll do our pacing work next. Yep. We're going to march and do things with our band also. Kind of standing, kind of sitting. Some of both. Yeah. It looks like we're still working on our pull aparts and pass throughs, right? No? You're done? Ready to move on? Okay. 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 Yeah, let's keep moving. So, what we're going to do next, you're going to have 2 minutes to work on the stuff that I'll explain in a moment. And every 2 minutes, you're going to have to, like, march in place for 30 seconds. So you'll be doing stuff, and then I'll be like, 2 minutes, like, time to march in place for 30 seconds. And it's also going to start with a 30-second march in place. So the other stuff you'll be doing is doing sit-ups with your band. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have your band up over your head, and you'll do sit-ups like this with the band over your head. And the other thing that you're going to be doing is seated behind the neck pull downs like we did before with the band. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 of each, 4 of each, 6 of each, 8 of each, 10 of each, and you're just going to keep going and going and going until the time is up. And again, every 30 seconds will be like marching, or every 2 minutes you're going to have to stop and get up and march in place for 30 seconds. But then when that 30 seconds is up, you'll just come back to the mat and pick up where you left off. So for example, yes, back where you left off. So for example, after our first 30 seconds of marching in place, you'll get your band ready, you'll get on your mat, and you'll do 2 sit-ups. 1, 2. And then you'll do 2 behind the neck pull downs. 1, 2. And then again, if you need to like shake it out and rest, woo, that was tough. Okay, my next set is 4. And then you'll do 4 sit-ups. Okay, 3, 4. And then you'll do 4, 1, 3, 4. And then, okay, rest. All right, and then I gotta do 6, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm gonna be like, uh-oh, it's time. And you're gonna have to get up and march around for 30 seconds. And then you'll be like, okay, I was on set number 8. I finished my set of 6, so now I'm gonna do 8 sit-ups and 8 shoulder presses. Got it? Also, if it starts to get confusing because you can't remember where you're at, it doesn't really matter. Just guess and keep going. And I'll be telling you when to do the marching. And I'll also probably be moving along a little bit too, so you can kind of follow along with me if you're a little bit lost also. Ready? You didn't even ask me how long we're going to do it. You don't even care? We'll just go forever? We're going to go 16 minutes. So it'll be like 8 rounds of the marching. Okay. We can totally do it. Y'all marched like 10 miles over the bridge the other day. All right. Ready, set. We're going to start with marching in place. Go! And yeah, again, backwards is fun. If you want to make it more of a run, if you're crazy, you can do that. Those are for our online followers. They can run, not us. We're going to march back and forth. All right, we're going to go into our sit-ups in 3, 2, 1. And so starting with 2, band overhead sit-ups. And then it would be 2, the press. Nice. And then it would just be straight into 4. All right, 15 more seconds till we go back to our march. Three, 2, 1, marching. Remember to incorporate your arms in your march. Make sure you're pumping your elbows back, getting your knees up. Really dramatizing this march. Make sure everybody in the house knows you're marching. And sit-ups. Got a little bit distracted there. Extra marching time is okay. And so, you're somewhere maybe set 6 or 8. Pick up where you left off. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Time to march. Okay, we won't be marching as long as we were last time. That was I got too excited with the marching last round. Yeah, me too. Yeah, use your arms. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Back to our sit-ups. Or your presses if that's where you're at. Nice work. Good presses. Ten more seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Time to march. You are like band parade. Just using your arms. Three, two, one. Back to our sit-ups. There. One more minute till our next march. Just keep chugging away. seconds. 3, 2, 1, march. It's really windy out here. Okay. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. I know it's only 30 seconds. Back to those stinking sit-ups. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, if you can't finish this set, you can just use 2 sets to finish it. Seconds. Three, two, one, march! Yes, yes. Little hack. Three, two, one, back to the mat. Seconds. Three, two, one, march! Three, two, one, back to the mat. Erg. Yeah, I can sit down really fast now. At your house? Or the marching sounds? Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. March! Three, two, one. Arg. Sit-ups. I actually have to finish some of these reps before I can go on to my next set. Seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. March! Three, two, one. Sit-ups. This is our last round also. Ten more seconds. Last set. 3, 2, 1. Rest. I made you do an extra set also. Rest, we're resting. We're done now. I told you we do 8, but we did 9. No, I made you do one more on accident. It wasn't on purpose. I guess I was just feeling it. Was it okay to do an extra set? Yeah, totally.